screaming in agony.
Last night's SmackDown delivered a moment fans won't forget. What seemed like a simple wardrobe malfunction for Brock Lesnar quickly became a spark for a much deeper conversation about the pressures wrestlers face behind the scenes. Roman Reigns, speaking with authority and concern, revealed how even minor accidents can highlight the challenges of performing under constant scrutiny. Beyond the embarrassment, these moments show the physical and psychological demands of WWE, the importance of performer solidarity, and the unseen efforts required to maintain dignity and professionalism. Brock's incident became a lens for understanding respect, resilience, and the human side of wrestling. Brock Lesnar's wardrobe malfunction. A shock that shook WWE. They thought it was just a wardrobe malfunction, a brief embarrassing moment that would be forgotten by fans after last night's SmackDown. Brock Lesnar's pants had ripped during his match, and the world assumed it was a simple accident. But the moment quickly became a catalyst for a revelation that went far beyond embarrassment. Roman Reigns, speaking from a secure location where he had been recovering, exposed deeper concerns about how performers are treated in WWE. What appeared as a small mishap was, in his words, part of a larger pattern of deliberate sabotage and psychological pressure, aimed at testing performers' resilience while keeping them under constant corporate scrutiny. The hidden strategy behind public humiliation. Roman explained that the wardrobe malfunction, while seemingly minor, illustrated how performers could be placed in vulnerable situations that affected their confidence and public image. He emphasized that even seemingly accidental incidents could be part of a larger culture of strategic pressure, designed to influence performers' behavior and compliance. By highlighting Brock's experience, Roman framed a discussion around professionalism, respect, and the unseen pressures of performing on live television. This was not about exaggerating a moment of embarrassment, but examining how the industry treats its talent, the stress of live performances, and the psychological weight carried by wrestlers behind the scenes. Understanding the human cost, Roman's account made it clear that these pressures are not abstract. Every performer faces public scrutiny, physical challenges, and expectations that sometimes prioritize spectacle over well-being. Brock's torn pants became a lens to discuss broader concerns: the emotional toll of performing at the highest level, the vulnerability inherent in live television, and the subtle ways in which performers navigate risk while maintaining their professional integrity. Roman stressed that acknowledging these pressures is not a sign of weakness, but a necessary step to support wrestlers' mental health and professional safety. Patterns of pressure and control. In WWE, pressure comes in many forms, often blending physical, emotional, and psychological demands. Performers navigate grueling schedules, high-stakes storylines, and the constant expectation to deliver perfection in front of millions. Beyond the ring, subtle pressures like scripted narratives, media scrutiny, and backstage politics shape behavior and influence decisions. Patterns of control emerge when these pressures are systematically applied to manipulate performers, guiding them toward compliance, often at the expense of personal well-being. From wardrobe expectations to storyline assignments, every detail can carry weight, creating an environment where independence feels risky. Understanding these patterns reveals not only the corporate machinery behind the spectacle, but also the resilience required of wrestlers who must balance professional obligations with personal integrity, safety, and mental health while maintaining the illusion of unshakable dominance. Collaboration and solidarity among wrestlers. One of the key points Roman made was the role of solidarity among performers. Brock's situation, while embarrassing on the surface, became an opportunity for peers to support him, demonstrating the strength of professional camaraderie. Roman's intervention and advocacy underscored the importance of collective awareness and empathy in maintaining performers' dignity. This perspective reframes moments of vulnerability not as personal failures, but as instances where support networks and mentorship can make a significant difference in professional development and psychological resilience. The role of leadership and accountability. Leadership in wrestling extends far beyond in-ring performance. It shapes culture, enforces standards, and influences both personal and professional conduct. Effective leaders model integrity, set expectations, and prioritize the safety and well-being of performers. Fostering trust and collaboration. Accountability ensures that decisions are transparent, mistakes are acknowledged, and actions are aligned with ethical principles rather than personal gain. In environments like WWE, where high stakes and corporate pressures dominate, strong leadership and accountability prevent abuse, maintain morale, and sustain long-term success. Conversely, their absence can create toxic patterns, eroding trust and amplifying risks. True leadership balances authority with empathy, ensuring performers are supported while the organization operates with fairness and responsibility at every level. Lessons for performer safety. The incident highlighted broader lessons for safety in wrestling, including attention to equipment, preparedness for live performance risks, and open communication about potential vulnerabilities. Roman encouraged performers and management alike to view such incidents as learning opportunities. The torn pants served as a reminder that even small details can have meaningful impacts, reinforcing the need for vigilance, mutual support, and systematic safety measures to prevent avoidable embarrassment or harm. Psychological resilience and recovery. Roman's discussion extended to the psychological aspects of wrestling. He noted that public mistakes or accidents can be distressing, but they are also moments to cultivate resilience, reflection, and growth. Brock's response, supported by peers, illustrated how performers can recover with dignity, learning from challenges without letting them define their careers. Roman stressed the importance of mental preparation, emotional regulation, and peer mentorship in navigating the pressures of professional wrestling. Transparency and ethical responsibility. Roman's commentary also touched on ethical responsibility. He highlighted how transparency and accountability at all levels, from executives to performers, help create a culture that prioritizes safety, respect, and fairness. By examining incidents like Brock's wardrobe malfunction through a lens of integrity, performers and leadership can build trust, reduce unnecessary pressure, and foster a more supportive and professional environment. The bigger picture. While the ripped pants were a brief, visible moment, the underlying discussion illuminated the challenges and responsibilities inherent in wrestling. Roman framed the incident as a starting point for broader dialogue about performer treatment, professional ethics, and the importance of mental and physical well-being in a high-pressure entertainment industry. By turning a moment of embarrassment into an opportunity for reflection and advocacy, Roman demonstrated the power of perspective, empathy, and courage in shaping a healthier wrestling culture. A call for performer solidarity. Ultimately, Roman's revelations reinforced the need for solidarity among wrestlers. Moments of vulnerability, whether through accidental mishaps or high-stress performances, highlight the importance of support networks and collective resilience. Wrestlers, he argued, should look out for one another, ensuring that no one faces professional challenges in isolation. By sharing Brock's experience, Roman encouraged peers to prioritize collaboration, empathy, and mentorship, turning potentially humiliating situations into opportunities for growth, learning, and mutual respect. Conclusion. Beyond the malfunction. Brock Lesnar's wardrobe malfunction was more than a fleeting spectacle. Through Roman Reigns' analysis, it became a symbol of the pressures, responsibilities, and ethical considerations within WWE. By examining the human impact of public incidents, Roman reframed the narrative from embarrassment to education, from personal distress to collective awareness. His message was clear. Performers deserve respect, support, and understanding, and moments of challenge can catalyze positive change in the wrestling world. Brock's incident, once perceived as trivial, became a vital lesson in professionalism, solidarity, and humane treatment, showing that the human element behind the spectacle matters most.